Welcome back. In the previous part, we had a look around Old Town and Riverside, didn't we? And it's time for us to head on over to Station Street. Now, I'm assuming the green triangle, the quest event, whatever it is gonna actually be a 4SPG at the bulletin board, and we'll get that on the way around. You know how it is. Let's head on over to, the subway entrance. We'll start there. That seems to be the best way about doing it. Oh. Wait. Isn't this the shush advert? Shush. Isn't that the guys who were learning about over at the garage?
Taking off now.
I just want to see what he said now. Like, I want to see what he said, because it's got to relate, right? You can probably tell from how quiet it is around here, but Juniper and her buddies are out on the road tonight. I heard everyone talking about this other team they were gonna race against. Engines rev, blood pumping, the cold breeze on your face, youth. Wish cars like these were around when I was that age. So is it gonna be relating to that then? That's assuming it is them and they're not just reusing their models. We'll see. The hell, man? Who do those guys think they are? Chill it, Downey. I get how you feel, but shouting's doing nothing for us. Oh, but I'm not letting them get away with this. Hell no, not with our street racer pride on the line. It is them. Yeah. Seconded. We should take our chance while we can. What's going on here? Van! Guess I could let you know. Street race, you say? There's this bunch of street racers causing trouble for us ever since they turned up in the capital. They're taunting us, I tell you. They drive like madmen around town just to get on our nerves. Sounds familiar. I wonder if it's who I think it is. I ran my car into a guardrail thanks to their dumbasses. Just thinking about it gets me angry all over again. The hand-me-down I got from Downey got trashed real bad too. Oh no! Dude, she had to be sent to the body shop. How can we let loose and enjoy a sweet drive with them chatting it up around town? Yeah, they sound pretty bad. Who are we dealing with here? They call themselves the Hybrids. Oh. There's 4 of them and they all come from Erasion. They used to stick to their turf, but they recently started moving here. They're all rich kids, obviously, and their cars are real souped up. What's more, their leader, Lucio, is the grandson of ETWS's current company president. He's got a modded ETWS sports car. Ain't no slouch as a driver either. Last we raced, he passed me by like I was just crawling through the street. Can you believe that? Hold up, you said it was the ETWS president's grandson? Man, that sucks. Last thing you need is someone related to the company's top brass being a dick. And he's not the worst of it. There's another guy that's an even more reckless driver. His name's Damien, and he styles himself as their main fighter. He's all cocky, taunting us for his bike, just because he can take tighter turns than any of our cars. He's the one that did my baby in. I'll never forgive that bastard. Never! He thinks he's better than us car drivers, does he? So what are you planning to do about these guys? Surely you're not just gonna let them keep running wild. Definitely not. We've tried warning them over and over to stop behaving like this, but it's fallen on deaf ears. Since they're not heeding warnings like that, I tried talking to Lucio directly. The only thing he said is, if you want us to leave, you'll have to best us in a race. We're actually on our way to the race right now. Yeah, I guess my time is just that good. You could say that. What do you mean? There's 4 of them, but me and Graham are the only ones with rides right now. And that's not even counting car specs and driving ability, hate to admit it. But it's stacked, and not in our favor. But we can't just give up. Yeah, better to lose outright than to flake out on them and just lose by default. Not like we're hoping to lose, though. We're not backing down until they're in the ground. Wish us luck. I don't want to sit back and let a bunch of rich arseholes wreak havoc on Edith. Maybe I can lend him a hand here. Of course you're gonna lend him a hand. You mind if I join? I appreciate the sentiment, but this is our problem to deal with. Wouldn't be right to drag you into it. I disagree. This goes beyond just you. It involves all car lovers now. As a fellow driver myself, I can't just stand back and let a bunch of punks with no sense for safe driving screw my home up. I want to teach them a lesson. Fun. Now that's what we like to hear. Don't see why you can't join. Why not let him? Alright, thanks, man. You're really saving our asses here. You might honestly be the best help we could have got. I respect you a lot, man. Thanks for saying so. That still leaves the problem of dealing with Damien, though. I'm no biker, so I'm not going to be able to help there. But we do know one biker, do we not? Not so sure how we're going to deal with that niggling little detail. Well, there we go. Phew, that's all for today then. Now back to my bike. Why are all of you gathered here? Hermes! Your timing couldn't be any better. Get some free time on your hands? Huh? I mean, I'm done for the day, so I guess I do? I see, so you're going to be racing them to teach them a lesson. Yeah, it would really help if we had a biker of your skill level on our team, you know what I'm saying? What do you say? You up for it? Sure, I'll join your team. Teaching a naughty rider how to behave sounds like fun. I'll make sure they think twice before causing trouble in the capital again. Glad to see you so fired up for this. I really appreciate you agreeing too. Now it feels like we have a fighting chance. Yep, it's gonna be a proper 4 versus 4 race. Now all that's left is leaving them in the dust. Anyway, clock's ticking, let's get going to the meeting spot. You ready to go? Ready whenever you are? Same here. Then let's roll!
Well, we're on the clock now.
Apparently, race in the capital. Is this the meeting spot? Yeah, just beyond here is the highway we're using. But we're supposed to meet face to face right here first. Looks like they've arrived. That's some good braking though. Would you look at that? That's a hell of a ride. Alright, a lot of mirror went into customizing This ain't gonna be an easy race. Hello and good evening, street racers. I'm impressed you didn't just turn tail and run. So, you really showed up, high bloods. I don't recognize those two. Well, thanks to your biker, our cars are in the shop. So I figured I'd call in some help. Look at those small fry. At least try and make this fun for us, alright? What? How dare you just say that again? Downey's all kinds of fired up now. Now, I think it's time we reintroduce ourselves. We're the Highbloods, a team composed exclusively of those who are elites, even among the elite. Pleasure. You know, I completely forgot until you said that name, but I heard about the Highbloods a few years back, yes. And they were nothing but a bunch of pampered rich kids, kinda like you. Ah, you must be referring to our predecessors. They apparently disbanded after doing a tour of Crossbell, yes. A tour of Crossbell, yeah. Now their name is ours. Huh? Is there some specific reason behind inheriting their name? Indeed, there is. While we don't approve of the way they love drinking, women, and gambling. As former nobility, we identify with how they valued their chosen bloodlines that gave them power and wealth. It is only fitting that we consider ourselves the true Highbloods. Former nobility, eh? Been a while since I've heard anyone call themselves that. Yeah, you don't hear that kind of thing around here much. Maybe it's because they're from Eurasian? Up until the noble institution was abolished during the Calvardian Revolution, Eurasian was the royal capital. Shame that even after decades have gone by, there are still old fossils that can't throw away their elitist bullshit. How dare you! Lucio's family line was a great noble house that had the trust of even the royal family. It's fine, it doesn't bother me. Commoners could never hope to understand our noble thoughts. What I cannot forgive, however, is that you people don't know your place. You insist on getting in our way. You're nothing but an eyesore to us on our drives, and that's why we're going to make you leave the capital streets. You got a lot of nerve. It's a riot that you think causing trouble for folks with your reckless driving is a way to have fun. As street racers, how could we hand these streets to you when you lack basic manners or compassion? Just what you're getting yourself all worked up for, commoner. Just look at you in your half-assed custom ride because you got no mirror to spend. You got no right to talk when you can't even bring out the true worth of your rides. Well, damn, you got a big mouth on you for such a little brat. If you know so much about the true worth of our rides, then why don't you teach me? Don't think we're just gonna take this sitting down. It's time we settle the score right here, right now. Yeah, get ready, eye-bloods. Drivers as reckless as you have got no right to call themselves street racers, so we're making this your last drive. It would appear we have 4 vehicles each, so how about we race one-on-one? When you are ready, we'll leave for the expressway. Don't disappoint us. I would say the same to you. And so, with their street racer pride on the line, the curtain to their fierce battle rose. After confirming the rules of each race, one more time, each participant went right to work preparing their vehicles. We're gonna destroy them, right? Right? Okay, let's decide who's going to race who. Think I could go up against the biker on their team? Sure thing. Just ride safe, okay? I mean, it makes sense, biker versus biker. But of course. So who's gonna face Lucio? Could you leave him to me? It's my job as leader to get revenge for Downey. I have to. Graham. This race is about you guys. Whatever it is you're thinking, I'm down. That being the case, you said it yourself. You go as is, you're going to lose. I'm not even talking about your driving technique either. If we're going by specs, it's gonna be real tough for you. But, and I hate to say this, my truck can handle his ride. And I can promise you I won't lose. Van. Alright then, Van will be racing Lucio instead. We're already borrowing your skills, we might as well be in it to win it. Yeah, got that right. I'll cut that spoiled brat down to size. Then I guess that means we'll handle Lucio's 2 flunkies. If I remember right, they both came here in ETWS sedans. By the way, I've seen that Roger guy up close and personal before. I think I've got a decent idea of how he operates. Yeah, I knew I could count on you. Then I'll take on the other guy. Thibaut? Great. Sounds like we're all squared away. Once we wrap up our fine-tuning, let's hit the road. We're rooting for you guys. Go kick some ass. And please, don't get hurt. Thanks, you guys. I promise we're gonna beat those high bloods. Hopefully, anyway. With the matchups decided, everyone got in their cars and they were off to the races. The first round pitted Juniper against Thibaut. Juniper's Lino sedan had the edge in traction due to the love and care she put into tuning it. As the race went on, she slowly but surely narrowed the gap between her and Thibaut. However, her vehicle lacked the horsepower required to best a sedan, which boasted a roaring engine that ultimately led him to victory. Oh no! For the next race, Graham stepped up to the plate, ready and willing to avenge Juniper. Graham's Ingot was a lightning fast sports car, but Roger's... It's hard to say, not Lloyd's, but you know... decked out sedan was no slouch either. It was a close race, with both cars being neck and neck from start to finish. In the end, Graham's powerful traction allowed him to emerge victorious by a hair's breadth. After that, it was time for the third round to commence. We're at 1-1 right now, so we don't have this in the bag just yet. But that just makes this all the more exciting. It'll be a cold day in hell before I lose to some pathetic courier lady. Get ready to choke on my dust. You stole my line. Starting line's up ahead. Time to get serious. Holy hell, look at her go. You can't even see her anymore. I hate that loser. Afraid it's a little too early to celebrate. That thing's acceleration isn't half bad, but top speed doesn't hold a candle to my bikes. Specs aren't the only thing that matter in a race, you know. Where? On that point, you and I agree. That scumbag just rammed his handlebars against hers. Talk about dangerous. The fact that he pulled it off without losing his balance shows he's no amateur. It's still reckless though. These guys are freaking crazy. Come on, I dare you to try and overtake me again. If you do, I'll hit your dingy little bike with everything I've got. Triple dot. What's the matter? I can't keep up. Or is our wimpy ass courier getting cold feet? It would be funny if it was like, alright, launching missiles, like, whoa, what? There's less than 500 arch until the finish line. Victory's as good as mine. This is the decisive moment. Why did you stop? Or is it slow motion? Not sure. I can slow down, make him think I've given up, and speed past him when he least expects it, or I can rev up right now and punch it. Punch it. If I use that... No, I really don't want to pull that out here. Still got some fight in you, huh? Can't say I didn't see that coming. You're one stubborn lady. He's showing off what that ETWS bike is capable of. Don't think I can turn the tables on him. Cross the finish line at the same time. Nah, I think he was just barely ahead of her. Nice job. What happened? You looked like you were hesitating. I was, and unfortunately it cost me the race. Oh no! Well, I guess I'm up next. Go get him, Van. Knock the high bloods off their high horses. Uh-oh. Should I have slowed down then? He really did customize every part of that ETWS car, from the suspension to the spoiler. You must be daft if you think you could take me with that little girl's car. You've slighted me with your hubris, and I will make you pay for it. Just noticed he has an A hearing. There's more cars on the road now. Using the turbocharger would be way too risky. He swerved around those cars like it was nothing. Thankfully, all this traffic is preventing him from hitting his top speed, so I can keep up with him. Don't get too cocky here, though. He might not be on Maxim's level, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. Seems so sure of himself, too. I suppose it's up to me to put him in his place. It's clear he has nothing. What a disappointment. We're approaching the point where the traffic from the Riverside District joins the expressway. At this time of day, maybe I could. Maybe you could. Looks like he couldn't keep up pace with me. How pathetic. Someone forgot to take out yesterday's garbage. Why must there be so many of these infernal trucks on the expressway at night? What? You got like a knowledge of the area is coming back to haunt you, bud. Damn, he caught up faster than I thought he would. Oh, look at that, so you do have a modicum of skill after all. Too bad it's futile. That pile of scrap can't match my car's acceleration and speed. I might be able to secure victory if I use my turbocharger, but it'd be risky. Should I do it? Use the turbocharger. If I want to win this, I gotta pull out all the stops. We're flying now. Did you really think I wouldn't have one of those too? Shit. He just had to overtake me at the last damn stretch. Hey, did we lose? And that's that. And the High Bloods win. I knew it! Those chosen elite are far more talented than the plebeian masses. Huh, that was more fun than I expected. Not bad for a bunch of commoners. Sorry guys, wish I could have done better. Sorry, if I'd only caught up when I had the chance. It's not on you, so don't worry. Can't believe I chose the wrong option twice. I'm assuming I did. Without you two, this wouldn't have even been a competition. I hate to say it, yeah, but I couldn't have seen this going any other way. But does this mean we have to leave the city? I'm kind of pissed off we didn't destroy him. I managed to win this time, but to be honest, I don't know how it'd turn out if we did a round 2. Never even thought a person could drive like that. You guys, our skill, we Highbloods should have wiped the floor with you commoners. Taking the actual race into account, our victory was, in some sense, not up to our usual standard. Huh, that's admirable for you to admit in a backward sort of way. Well, we have our pride as street racers, as you know. Still, close or not, a win is a win, that is a fact. Which means, got no choice, we went toe-to-toe with them and lost. Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't stop you guys. But even if we have to leave the city, that doesn't mean we acknowledge your style. If you still plan on driving recklessly around here, then we'll find a way to chase you out of town. Sore losers, I say. However, it will be some time before we return to the capital. What do you mean? That we shall return when we become able to crush you all properly. This isn't the end. Better be prepared, because things aren't gonna go the same way next time. Oh. Still somehow ended up with a good result. Huh. What's with those guys? In other words, we don't have to leave the capital? Huh. If only they were more honest with themselves. I'm glad things worked themselves out in the end, I guess. Well, it wouldn't have gone half as well if you and Hermes weren't here. There's no way this is the end of it, but for now, we've at least chased the High Bloods off. Thanks for the help, you two. It's no biggie. I enjoyed myself, so it was worth it. Likewise, I'm happy my orbal bike skills proved useful. Okay, still a good result. It just seems strange. And so the battle against the High Bloods came to an end, with everyone singing praises for everyone's efforts. On the way back, Hermes parted ways with the group, and Graham and his people returned to the repair shop.
That takes care of that.
We should check back at the repair shop then. Back at the garage. The garage. Nothing changed there, really. Yeah. We're here anyway. Fair enough. I was at the edge of my seat that whole race. I get how you feel now, Downey. I need to catch up. I'll be pulling off tricks like that one day. I just gotta keep practicing. I can't just sit on the sidelines after seeing a wild race like that. Damn it, gotta get my sweet ride back in business so we can get back on the road. I kinda pegged the High Bloods as simple arseholes, but they ended up surprising me. Infuriating as it was, races with them were always real blood pumping. I'd welcome them back to challenges again in need of any time. Losing's such a bummer. But it's not all bad. I get to let loose and drive my heart out. Oh, that felt so good. My little baby is the best car in town. Very well. Right, so let's actually see then what we want to do here, which is our to-do list. And see, we didn't get another point, did we, of free time? Oh well. So, I have everything here. I'm honestly thinking Sherid. That could be very interesting. A secret meeting. Let's go. Van headed to the meetup location indicated by the mail. Van? Van, over here. You're in the bushes. My thanks for coming out here. It's been a few hours, yes? Thank you for answering my call. Why are you hiding here? I know you're good with arts and everything, but don't you have your right hand with you? Or even just one bodyguard? As I wrote to you, I managed to lose them for a moment. Shall we be off then? Let us share the night as men, savoring all the dazzling delights of Edith's nightlife. Where exactly are we right now? Already kind of regretting this. 30 minutes prior. Harvard's film culture is truly impressive. Big studio or small, they all managed to release some rather fine pieces of cinema. That ordinary members of the public have places like this that they can visit to enjoy such works is also wonderful. We really must work to further their spread into El Same. Would you agree, Nej? Yes, our time at the film festival really heightened my appreciation for movies. Well, and now to decide our next destination. Any ideas? Shouldn't we call it an evening, Your Highness? You have meetings with other Calvardian businesses scheduled for tomorrow and beyond, after all. I suppose you're right. Very well, let's return to our hotel. As you wish. I'll have them send the car to... What is it? What? There's been a collision along our route back. Get me the details. I need to know exactly what's going on. We can't risk exposing His Highness to any potential danger, no matter how slight. Is that... Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Could have been a team, and the team was just called team. Anyway, A team, go to the scene and report what you find. B team, search for any viable substitute routes we can take if necessary. You sure it was okay for you to slip out like that? I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Given the situation, if by some off chance something were to happen to me, I dare say the obvious person to hold responsible would be... Scratch that. I don't just kind of regret this. I want to erase all evidence that this ever happened and then buck it out of here. No, don't be like that. There's no one better to fulfill this role than you. Think of this as a symbol of my trust. Fine. Where do you want to go, anyway? Excellent. You're everything I'd hoped for, Van. I've marked a few places I was hoping to visit. The one closest by would be... What's this music from? I mean, obviously I recognize it, but I can't place it. Oh, excellent, excellent. So this is the rock and roll that's been so popular lately. I dare say the fervor of this music could even sweep me away and get closer to the stage. Then let us do so. Hey man, that was a wild get-out! That's your first time at a live show? Come on man, get in the river, just smash the energy and go wild! Go wild. So like this? Was it Cold Steel 3 or something? I don't know, I remember the music, but I just can't place it. Hey, one of them government suits around these parts in the zone. This is something else, huh? Here around the country they say was the best was. You're right, yes. Though I'd say that applies to more than just government. The hierarchy breeds haves and have-nots, and this zeitgeist of noblesse oblige instills some sense of duty among the upper class. Was that looking fancy-pants here? Talking like he knows everything. Why don't you go back to looking down on his peasants on your pants as away? He's harmless, man. And give him a break. I'll treat you to a round if you look the other way for me. No, there's a guy who knows what's up. Well, this isn't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. Van and Sherid toured some more entertainment venues before heading for the bathhouse to wash off all the sweat and secondhand booze. Ah, this is great. These bars have a different feel to them compared to your average hammam. They're the best place I know for when you need a pick-me-up. Can only imagine what it must be like talking with the big boss. Indeed. I can't go into detail about what we discussed, of course, but one might certainly describe our meetings as taxing, to say the least. I will say, for a man so powerful, he was fairly candid. Somewhat anticlimactic, really. I suppose that's what it takes to win such broad support amongst the public after the distrust garnered following the war and economic crisis. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for damn sure. I know he's up to something with Renee. Between you and me, I believe my sister would have done a far better job navigating that conversation than I did. Forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you? That's right. Though her age belies her intellect, her mind is quite sharp. But unfortunately, her tongue is far sharper. She always feels the need to get a word in edgewise, under the pretext of supporting me as the heir to Alsaim's throne. She and my father, the Grand Prince, both have lofty expectations for me. I hope that when the time comes, I'll be able to meet them. Sounds pretty rough. You've got a lot riding on your shoulders. You're not wrong. I wish to broaden my horizons. Also, I can make Alsaim a nation capable of standing on par with Zemuria's great powers. That's why I decided to come to the Republic. I wanted to study it and take in as much as I could. That was the plan, anyway. Despite that, all I did at first was indulge night after night. Not that I didn't enjoy that, mind you. But that free time just left me thinking. What would he say if he were here? What would he do if he was in my shoes? He? Who are you? Oh, you mean that wandering bard, yeah? Porcel knows him. She told me a little about him while we were in Tharbad. He's quite the guy. Caught wind of a lot of what he got up to through work 2 years ago. The very same. He traveled the continent from a young age advocating for harmony between nations. I had the pleasure of meeting him once before. He'd come to visit Alsaim, and I saw firsthand what kind of man he really was. Quite the charmer he is. It wasn't long before I held him in the highest esteem. And that's what I've been chasing this whole time. Following his example, growing and bettering myself for that goal. I like that he's had an impression on him. I fear, however, that I can never measure up to him. He's special in his own right, and I worry I'll never reach that pedestal I put him on. I mean, the idea that you're gonna keep chasing that goal, though, that's good in itself. That should put you on the right path, kind of thing, you know. Feels as though I'm following after a mirage in the desert, so tantalizing yet forever just out of my reach. Huh. No offense, but that kind of caught me off guard. Didn't realize you had such deep thoughts. Not like I want to tell you what to do or anything, but looks to me like you gotta start living your own life. My own life? Elaborate. At the end of the day, you gotta strive for something more than just being a copycat. Can't always live in his shadow. You're the only one that can choose how to live your life. So what if you get a little lost in that desert? It's not all sand. An oasis will pop up here and there for you to rest when you're weary. And you know how I'm so sure? 'Cause there are suckers like me who choose to be a Spriggan. Now that's a dark and uncertain path. What I'm trying to get at is that there's not just one way to live a life or achieve a goal. Everyone has their own compass. But what do I know, really? I'm just an outcast, so maybe don't put so much stock in what I say. On the contrary, my friend. What you've said has done a lot to put my mind and heart at ease. I never thought I'd be taking life lessons from the likes of you. It seems you're perhaps lived a richer life than I first thought. Richer is one way of putting it. Don't know if I agree, though. I'm just a handyman who's been in the business for a while now. Did you have a nice bath, Your Highness? I've come to pick you up. Well, you finally found me, Naj. Oh, knowing you, you probably didn't even lose me in the first place. I'm leaning towards the latter. Yeah. I definitely found it strange you somehow managed to shake off Zumuria's most fearsome bodyguard. Mueller isn't around, what are you on about? I'll take that as a compliment. Had it been anyone else but you, I wouldn't have allowed him to remain alone. So long as His Highness had a fruitful night out, I suppose it was worth the trouble. There you go, always a step ahead of me. Thank you, Van. I learned a lot during our rendezvous this evening. I feel as though I've peered a little more into those unknowable depths of yours. I pray you find great success with your assignment in Basel. Not only as a client who's retained your services, but as a friend who has bared much to you now? Barred much to you now? Literally and figuratively. Bad, it would be bad, yeah, bad. Thanks, Your Highness. I promise we'll do what we can to deliver you your results. This hasn't been such a bad night after all. Oh, that's a nice, insightful thing there from Van.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsheim. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
I'm assuming that would be the only time we get an event with him, because it's like he's maxed out, so... And we got the sun lamp. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look here. One bond maxed. Oh, of course. So yeah, it's like, as I said, it's like it's a case of like we've pretty much just got that. Got anything there? I did want that actually. Not DLC, not key. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? It's in items, isn't it, at the bottom? Yep. I'm gonna give you the HP. And again. And the Spirit ADF, I'm gonna give that to you. There we go. Lovely. So what am I looking at now? What do we want to do here? To-do list. We've got one more free time. And honestly... It's like... it's that sort of thing of like, we got fairies, which would be important because she's a member of the group. But this feels like it's going to max out. Potentially. I think we'd learn more about Van that way. Don't know, but I think we'll do that in the next part. Because what we should do is actually go back to Station Street, because we got sidetracked immediately. And do the rounds here.
Guess it's time for me to leave.
Oh, maybe. That Bracer Guild can come in useful when it comes to maintaining public order. At least. Not denying that they're good at their job, but all the glitz and pomp rubs me the wrong way. Feels like a popularity contest half the time. Though keeping citizens safe is the police's job in the first place. We shouldn't be relying on the Bracers to do our job for us. I'll give my best performance today. We'll prove to everyone that we don't need those pretentious Bracers' help. Alright, it's not that big of a deal. Hey James, what are you doing in a place like this? Of course I'd run into one of the instructors. None of your business. It's fine if you're just on your way back from shopping, but it's starting to get late. I've been worried about you. I get the impression that you've had a hard time fitting in at school. Why are you even bringing that up? That's old news. Forget it, I'm going home. Not in the mood for an annoying lecture right now. Why is everyone so annoying? Sasha especially. Just leave me alone. You look like you've got something weighing on your mind as well. It's my job as a teacher to listen to you. Yep.
Now then.
Ooh, not normally up here. I'm so tired. The store's packed and Myrna's not listening to me. It's like I've been going in circles all day today. No one mentioned being a stay-at-home mum would be this hard. Oh yeah, tough job. I love going for walks. Doodaloo doodly-dee. Walking there, walking with me. Oh. We can't get out that way. Very well. See, I'd put some, like, stairs or something here as a way to get out. Like, if someone's leaving, they've already paid sort of things. Like, yeah, just leave that way. Just me, though. Oh my. Is it that late already? I should get going home, though. Perhaps I'll stop by the department store first. I'm in the mood to cook for myself for a change. Now that I finally have an apartment of my own, I try to make the most of those mundane parts of life.
See the movie fans are raving about. Get the brilliantly
Very
bitter
loud.
taste of Golden Blood.
Indeed. Some carelessness is fine here and there, but it's like she's forgotten why she's actually here. The apartment purchase here in Edith was done with the express purpose of making her work as representative easier. Not many in the store, is there? You know, I got in touch with an old friend of mine from the Basel Institute of Science for the first time in a while. Sounded like things are a bit of a mess over there right now. They haven't even decided when Ziffers will be available to the general public. Our Vern partnership was crucial to this store's success, so I'd like to get a sales plan going ASAP. Oh, you actually got more. Both Ilhan and I studied at the Basel Institute of Science, you see. We have a lot of connections from back then, and they've helped us a lot. Our Vern partnership was crucial to this store's success, so I'd like to get a sales plan going ASAP for the new civilian Zephyrs. Was this man that was coming by really the department store's manager? I heard Ilhan and Carlo talking about it the other day, but I'm not sure he was. I'll go there all the time. I should have noticed sooner. Did I exhaust all my brain cells cramming in info about orbital devices? Did I run out of space in my brain? Brain and brain, what is brain?
What'll you have today?
Nothing.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, we should see what we got from Sherid, shouldn't we? Have a gander. That's what I was probably thinking about when I was coming here. It's an accessories, isn't it? Grail ring. When did I get the Grail ring? I'm not sure. Prevents ailments 75%. I thought, would that be very useful way back? Ooh, sun motif lamp favored by the Alsame royal family. Speed up and evasion. I mean ATS as well. It's like, But the ATS up is kind of nice. 6%'s there. It's like the ATS up by 50. Like it's definitely better than 4. You know, I'm just feeling that it's better than 4. Probably 46 better than 4. Yeah. The person I looked up to the most has to be Professor Hamilton. She's one of Epstein's 3 disciples. She's simply extraordinary. She kept an eye out for me when she could, back when I was studying in the Institute of Science. I always get the impression that she sees things differently than we do. Now that she's resigned as a Vern advisor, she's gotten involved with geological research to aid the eastern parts of Zemuria. Her demeanor was always majestic, and something all of my peers looked up to. Since we're both from the Central East, I felt some sort of kinship with her. I wanted to travel with her to the east, but she turned me down. The most I could do to aid her was make a donation toward her research. The funds came from the earnings from my startup, of course. She's quite old at this point, but I hope she's been doing well.
Do you have any preferences?
No.
Thanks for coming in.
I mean, I do have preferences, but I saw it and said no. You know, it's just an instant reaction these days, isn't it?
That's nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yes, quite. Oh, hello. Hey, Arkwright. I owe you one for your help today. Got a bunch of our eggs in a row now, so we won't be stepping around too many eggshells from here on. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but if this was the push that could help us get Almata under control, that'd be great. You're really laying it on so thick, I don't even want to think of a witty comeback. We helped out with all these punks that have been moving recently. As far as I'm concerned, the rest ain't my job. Ouch, that's cold, but that's alright. Figures you're looking out for your folks instead. The CID is all over this mess. Thankfully, that, in and of itself, might be enough of a deterrent to keep things quiet around town. But there aren't as many eyes keeping careful watch in more rural areas. Take care on that work trip you got next week. How the hell do you already know about that? I just saw 3 of our people off a little bit ago. They're off on a work trip. No, they mentioned they'd have dinner out, so I might be able to join them somewhere. Riverside. Hopefully things will stay uneventful, but take care of yourselves.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Elaine's working right now, by the way. Feel like she's been working too hard lately. She's a hard worker, sure, but I wish she'd learn to take it easy from time to time. She definitely needs the free time. You should invite her over for a movie or two. Did I cross a line there? Sorry. Can tell just by looking at you, that's a touchy subject. You're gonna cut it out. Elaine's probably tired of this shit too.
Well,
Yes, well. Oh, he's just around. Hey Van, don't see you around often. Likewise. I only swing by every now and then to check up on things. I guess Elaine's not around. I see Jin's back. You don't need to be coy, you know? I know you and Elaine have something going on, but I didn't know you and Jin didn't get along. I always found him easy to be around. I mean, he is, but he's nosy. Even if I try to stay distant, it's like he sees right through me. Well, I guess he also reminds me of someone I used to know. Huh. Jin really liked you, though. You two went to the Blacklight District earlier today, yeah? He was talking about asking you for help again later. The big mouth idiot. At least Elaine and Sarah are easier on the eyes than he is. The better looking A-rank braces. Now that you mention it, you know Sarah and Toval, yeah? When did you meet them? Operation Yomengarde? Or was it for the Northern War? Yeah, I helped sniff around for an infiltration route from here in Calvert. Toval's pretty easy to get along with. He's flawed, but he knows his business and makes sure to stick with it. Made negotiations real easy. I got my own fair share of flaws too. Are you interested in meeting the Divine Blade of Wind or the Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of LaBelle? I'm sure they're both really impressive, but I'm gonna pass on that one. Familiar things. There's a lot going on in here. I'm busier than I was back in Erebonia. Got 3 more reports to write for Hazel. Wanna help? I'm not even from the guild. Man, you're lazy. You got me. All I'm thinking randomly is whisking furiously. Whisking furiously.
It's so convenient nowadays.
What, to whisk furiously? Damn it. I was heading to my senior's wedding today, and then I just had to get on the wrong bus. I'm not gonna make it. I even got him a present and everything. No need for tears, brother. Ain't over till the fat lady sings, yeah? But it's getting late. Listen close, brother. It's the thought that counts, and that's why I'm in the business of taking your thoughts from A to B.
Fans are raving about
I'm sure you prepared a wonderful gift for that senior of yours.
Golden Globe.
No shame in that, is there? Only one thing to do, brother. And you already know what it is. You're right, being late is already lame enough, but I can't flake out completely. Have to at least give him this gift. Please take me to the party. Idiots, I'm pathetic, but it'd be even worse if I just gave up here. Even if I don't make it in time for the party, I can still give him his wedding present. I feel like you'd make it. Hey, no one can blame a brother for shedding tears in the name of another soul. Don't stress too much, brother. Sure you didn't get there on time, but you haven't missed your chance yet. Giordano knows these streets like the back of his hand. I'll make sure to take you there. Oh yes, the knowledge. Is that a thing in other countries? The idea of the knowledge? Which is, in London, taxi drivers don't use sat-nav. They rely on just knowing where everything is. Yes, everything. Hence it being called the knowledge. Oh, hello. Mario. Congratulations. You're our 1000th customer this month. month. Here's your gift certificate. We're doing a special offer at the moment. Oh, really? Yay! My editor loved my Tharbad report too. One lucky thing after another. At this rate, I might even be able to find Dingo. Luck just finds you everywhere. Dingo really helped me out with the whole Tharbad situation. I wanted to tell him how impressed my editor was with the report. Oh, that's nice though. Huh? Did Marguerite go home already? Yet I was hoping to ask her for some more hot tips on finding a hot man with an even hotter bank account. Oh well, I see her here at the department store all the time, so it's not like I can't ask next time. Oh dear. She's probably hiding. Ilhan didn't realize the administrator Wesley was, well, the administrator for the store right across the street. Wesley's a great administrator, sure, but he could work a little on his people skills. But I digress. Taking advantage of the unused rooftop area was a great idea. Even I didn't know about it. I've worked here for 30 years. 30! I mean, it was one of the places I first checked when I arrived, but okay. Like,
I'm proud of
really?
all my work. It's been a pleasure.
Has it?
For visiting the Weston department store.
By the way, Van, ever thought about investing in a business? To be specific, my business? You have been taking a lot of requests. You've got to be loaded, right? What do you say to pumping a little cash into my business? As if. Not with all the part-timers I got. Everyone but Anya's has rent to pay, and that ain't cheap. Gotta pay them all a livable wage. Look at you acting like a boss. Could almost pass as a proper business. Shut it. But speaking of dough, shouldn't you be the one that's rolling in it? With that recent promotion you got?
Thank you for visiting
Oh no, not at all. I owe this pharmacy so much for all they've done for me. I asked them to keep my salary the same, in fact. You did? But once I get my business up and running, then all the mirror will come rolling in. You made the right choice quitting martial arts. The shrewd business style suits you better. Does it though? What a fun day. It's not every day I get to see you behave like a proper boss, you know. And do think on that business proposal I mentioned. You get a 10% return on investment. You're such a sly little shit. Oh dear, oh dear. Quite a few people up here, isn't there?
Weston department store.
I've been workshopping a plan to put in place so we can compete with the Orba Cafe Iota. I can't back down now, not this far in.
We hope you enjoy shopping.
I laid it all on a little thick, but I don't think he caught on. It's a little disappointing that he didn't. Still, I'm glad I had a look. It was quite eye-opening. It showed me just how close-minded I've been and where the Orba Cafe's true strength lies. It's given me a lot to think about. It wasn't a lack of innovation, but rather my blind spots. The rooftop's been our biggest missed opportunity.
Thank you for visiting.
What are you going to do, open a cafe up there? We started with all the major renovations for the space, so it should be ready relatively soon. I plan on figuring out the most effective way to make use of it so we can rival Iota. The success of it will put all my managerial skills and years of experience to the test. Huh. Be intrigued to see what happens. This is such a promising opportunity. I gotta focus. Can't afford to waste any time. I can do this. Is that Mr. Powell we saw earlier? Maybe he's doing a night patrol. It'd be so awkward if he saw us. What's the teacher up to? Probably shouldn't stick my nose in. Feels like that's leading into a 4SPG, but I haven't seen another marker around. That reminds me, Administrator Wesley recently put some new plans of his into effect. I'm slow on the uptake where fashion's not concerned, so I only found out recently. It's nice seeing the store as a whole keep up with the times. I'll trust Administrator Wesley's judgment in this situation, and perhaps I should follow his lead. Very well. I'm getting everything I need for my next work trip. I need to make sure I got everything so I'm not stressing out when I'm there. Let's see, a cushion, some travel-sized toiletries. How about a book? Oh, I could take something I don't usually read. It'll just add to the whole new experience.
Hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here, Spriggan. Right back at you. You looking for weapons today? Or are you looking at the buyers instead? I've frequented this shop for my gun maintenance and customization since the old owner was still in charge. Possession of firearms is permitted under Republic law for the purposes of self-defense.
Thank you for visiting the
Though you need a
Western
license to be a
Department
gun owner, of course. Not that you even use one. And speaking of, what are you doing here, Spriggan? Just looking for custom parts, something that'll fit
Hope you enjoy
a self-defense
shopping with us.
baton. Got a shout out from my assistants, you know? Even the costs are starting to pile up. You're shameless, you know that? Do you have any idea what kind of authority I hold? Ah, forget it. Let's put the fact that you're dragging a bunch of civvies around with you on the back burner for the moment. Should at least put some thought into upgrading your equipment. Trouble could strike at any moment. It's dangerous to be unprepared. Yeah, don't need to tell me to be careful. Oh, aren't you a softie? Knew there was a nice side to you.
Our stores have a wide
What's that
variety of
smirk
fine
for?
goods for sale.
For your information,
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Hey honey, what's going on? Oh, I'm already done for the day. I just stopped by one of the stores in front of the station. I'll be back home soon, don't worry. I'll even stop by for one of Gigi's favorite cupcakes on the way. Huh? No? Maybe a bagel then? Yeah, I love you. See you later. Aww.
Thank you for visiting
What?
the
You got a
Western
problem?
Department Store.
Nope. Not at all. That your
Our
wife, I'm
stores
guessing?
have a wide variety
Didn't know
of
you had a
fine
daughter
goods for
either. Looking at you playing the family man. Watch
hope
it,
you enjoy
Spriggan. Stay
shopping with us.
far away from my personal life. If you're looking for a gift, I can vouch for the new cheesecakes they got in stock downstairs, just saying. Nice and sweet, lemon flavored too. Guarantee the kiddo's gonna love them. Cheesecake, now that's an idea. No, not that I was asking for your opinion. You'll start straightening up one day when you have a family. With one on the line, you don't
Thank
just
you
get
for
to do
visiting
whatever
the
you
Western
want.
Department Store.
But I'm gonna give it to you. The cheesecake might be a good idea to
Our
cheer
stores have a wide
Gigi up.
variety of fine goods for
Even
sale.
the SID top dogs go soft for their family, huh?
We hope
most
you
people do.
enjoy shopping with us.
What do you need? I'm adjusting Mr. Deswani's gun right now. If you need something, spit it. He's real picky, stuck to the same gun model since he joined the force. And he's very careful with maintenance. Honestly, you can gauge a lot about someone from how they care for their weapons. I totally disassembled his gun, top to bottom maintenance. If you need anything, get in line.
Thank you for
Still got some
visiting the
adjusting to
Western
do so I can
Department Store.
bring the accuracy up to snuff. The custom
Our
parts were
stores
made
have
by
a
yours
wide
truly, by the way.
variety of fine goods for
I
sale.
make sure to customize each weapon to suit their owner perfectly.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Very well. Right, I'm assuming that we're actually done now. Oh no, we've not spoken to you. Nice to meet you. My name is Milty. I'll start working in the department store next week. I stopped by to finish making some arrangements. Oh, that was the plan anyway. Looks like the boss is busy right now. Might have to do some window shopping to kill time.
Alrighty.
I will be seeing you in future, I imagine. Right, so from the looks of it, we're most likely done.
Next generation.
Should have a little gander in the underground ruins, just to be sure. Could be like some blue markers down here or something. That's the wrong one. Nope. Alright, so yeah, we'll see you in the next part, when we see about the Tyrell district, but also another one on the connections as well. We'll get that sorted. I'm bouncing between the two, and I'll make up my mind. Now, we're going to go with Yume in the next part. Yeah, we'll see about that in the next part. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.